Okay, so I hope you're all set and ready. So now we have your B lymphocytes, which are in charge of humoral immunity that originate and mature in the red bone marrow. There are two sites. There are two cell types that I want you to know about. Plasma cells, which secrete the antibodies, and the memory B cells that actually will remember and keep record of all of the things that you're immune to. Fun fact is that you actually don't get the same flu twice. You don't, because once you kill off a virus or what have you, unless it's a different strain of the flu, and you actually won't get it again because you'll have memory cells that say, oh, we've beat that again. And so before you exhibit any symptoms, it will get after it. B cell activation, right here. So the pathogen binds to the B cell receptor, like it is right now. Then the number two, primary response, B cell, activated B cell divides into produce many clones, as it is right there, into antibody-producing plasma cells. So it just starts producing antibodies once we make the have the initial antigen exposure. Few clones do not differentiate, remaining as memory B cells, right there. And the secondary response, meaning the second time it happens, when the memory cell encounters the antigen, it rapidly produces many plasma cells from the memory cells. And even more memory cells. So this process kind of bypasses the first time your body, your immune system encounters a pathogen. It's like, oh, okay, we have to process it, we have to fight it, we have to make brand new things. But there's always that memory cell that gets produced. So we'll remember this experience, right? That's why it's called a memory cell. What's interesting is that after that happens, the second time you get exposed to the same pathogen, this whole process gets bypassed. And so we just start making all kinds of plasma cells right from the memory cell. And so that the antibodies gets produced immediately. Okay, so we've got that. Isn't that the same thing? They just cut the top half off. Okay. Roles of antibodies, please know this. This is a perfect slide to produce multiple questions from. Roles of antibodies, these are the things that it does. It binds the antigen, it provides humoral immunity, it promotes phagocytosis, activates the natural killer cells, neutralizes toxins, and it activates the complement. Complements is so cool. Like, it just goes and starts tagging cells to be like, hey, come get this cell because it doesn't belong here. It's amazing. Okay, so that's the second half. Okay, antibody production. So now you can see IgM, if you see that. This is something that I want you to know with immunoglobulins. There are 4 types that we need to know. IgE, as an elephant, is in charge of anaphylactic reactions, so allergic, immediate, acute allergic reactions. IgM is when you get to a first encounter. This is IgM is immediate exposure, primary response for some kind of pathogen. IgG is going to be a chronic type of or delayed reaction or a secondary response to a certain pathogen. And IgA, as an apple, is going to be produced from secretions. You need to be able to tell me that, please, on this test. So as you can see in this one, primary response, IgM is the primary one that gets, the first exposure. Then what happens is your body's just learning that this is what's going on. And then the second response, meaning it's already happened, the second exposure, the IgG gets produced at a rapid rate, and it already is immune to it. So when we talk about IgG, chronic food allergens will produce IgG, and what you're also looking for in like hepatitis or any kind of infection, and when you check for titers, this is what you're looking for. If you get both IgG, if you get an IgM but no IgG, that means it's the first time you've actually been infected with said virus or whatever pathogen. If you get IgG and IgM showing up, that means that you've previously been exposed to this.